So today we talk about empathy. Do I have some of that? What's up, guys? This is Joey, and let's talk being empathetic. Being empathetic, what is that? What does that even mean? I'm still trying to figure out if I have some of that. And, thinking about it, I really do. I do. The thing is, here's the problem that people don't really understand necessarily is growing up, I was born with a birth defect. If you don't know what spina bifida is, please look it up, Google it, and then come back to this video. If not, you will not fully understand what I'm talking about and what I've been through as a person and as a child. I don't think a child should go through all that pain. I'm talking about like physical pain, not so much emotional pain, but physical pain, going through surgeries and getting medicine all the time. I'm surprised that I didn't end up a fucking crackhead because they gave me a bunch of like pain medicine and all that stuff growing up. Long story short, I was born with a birth defect. They had to close up my spine. It affected the nervous system. I had feet surgery, a bladder expansion twice. My appendix was taken out when I was 12, but that's a different story. But, just pain. I remember when I was like 5 years old or 6, where they had to take that stupid metal off my foot after, being straightened. And I saw blood all over that doctor bed. Yeah, I saw blood all over. And that kind of traumatized me. I still think about that. And I'm not sure if it actually hurt or I was just crying because of how much blood I saw. I think I've blocked most of those memories, and I think I do because my parents will remind me of things and I'm like, I don't remember. What I truly remember is waking up from the surgeries and just being high, really, as a child. It's crazy. And that's what I pretty much remember, being in a bed stuck with IVs and stuff like that. So I want people to understand that my empathy does not go a long way simply because my life has been physical pain in general and trying to be fixed my whole life, And when I say trying to be fixed is, being fixed health-wise. I was like this abnormal child who was always in the hospital with some problem, some health issue, and it always needed to be fixed. So I always grew up with pain, always sick, not mentally sick or anything, just physically sick. And so when I was little, back in the 80s, people used to think that just because you were physically disabled, and I say disabled because I never consider myself disabled. I never want to portray that I'm disabled. I can walk. I do so much for myself. I work hard. I do things independently. And if I do need help for certain things, I will ask for help. But if I really don't need the help, I do everything on my own. I don't take that disability so seriously like I used to, and I never want people to assume that just because you were physically disabled as a child, you're always going to be physically disabled. It's a struggle. I do go through daily struggles, but I don't think about it because I'm used to it. I can name you certain things that I go through daily basis, but they're just so personal that I just don't feel like I should share them. Like, that's not for people to know. That's just not important because, like, I'm okay in your eyes, so that's all that should matter, right? So back to being empathetic. It takes a lot of time for me to be like, oh yeah, that sucks, because I've compared myself to other people and what they're going through, and I think that I've gone through more. But who am I to be an asshole and be like, no, I've gone through more, gone through more things. Everybody's gone through a lot of things. For example, if some chick tells me that she hasn't seen her boyfriend in like a week and she's just having a hard time with that, and then I'm just kind of like, well, I've been through that situation too, where I haven't seen a guy I really liked for like 6 months straight to a year. So comparing yourself is not good. So I always have to think about how they haven't gone through that situation like I have, so I have to be empathetic towards that. But when it comes to pain, back to pain, I think it's funny to me when, like, for example, family members are going through surgery for the first time, and I'm kind of like, come on, stop being a little bitch. But I don't tell them, but I think it. And so they go through the surgery, they come back, and I'm like, so how did it go? And it's funny because I don't see it as a bad thing of going through surgery, because I've gone through so many surgeries in my life. I mean, the last surgery I've ever had was back in like 2007. So, you know, that's a good thing. I think it's funny how people are just so scared about going through surgery and going under the knife when I've been in it like so many times. People just take things too seriously. I mean, if it was like cosmetic surgery, that's some fucked up shit. Yeah, I wouldn't go through that. That's you putting yourself into danger. It depends on the surgery. Any surgery you could be going through danger, but you know, cosmetic surgery is some hardcore shit. I have this problem where I show people I care and then they don't want to take that care. It irritates me because that puts me back 2 steps to being the person that I am. I really don't give a fuck about most people. I care about some, and even when I do, I'm gonna give your ass some space, because I don't never want to be a person where I care a lot and then you don't want to take that and you put that situation and you don't know how to handle it. It's really hard for me to understand why a person would care for me. I mean why? So I think I'm just rambling. I don't know if I'm actually teaching anyone anything. Maybe I'm just trying to figure myself out as a human being, and that's totally normal. I think I need to stop isolating myself. It's just that it's so hard to trust people because so many things have happened, so many betrayals with people, and people are so selfish. I have a lot of fear inside me. I've had so many people leave from my life that it would be okay for anybody, even if you were close to me, to leave me. I'm just numb to it, which is not a very good thing because it leaves a human super cold. What I'm trying to say is, if you're trying to get close to me on a very emotional level, then don't try leaving me, because that's not going to be good for neither of us. I don't know what to say anymore. This has been like my diary for the last 9 years, and it's really hard to explain myself these days because I don't talk about the way I feel anymore. It's been rough expressing the way I feel about many things, because I've actually just shut off emotions for the past like 4 years, and it's horrible. I should not be doing that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, if people were to ask me things, I'll answer them, honest, but it never comes up. This video is too serious. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for the new subscribers. Be good.